Okay, here we go. YouTube guide for Teemo 8.3, patch 8.3. I've been trying out a remnant of the Watchers. If you can see my match history, remnant of Watchers with the oracles, right? Almost every single games. I've been doing remnant of Watchers, and so far we've been doing okay. I like it. I like the item. But some games I think Warmog is better. But I cannot tell which game the Warmog is better, which game is the Watcher is better. I have to play more games with Watchers and see the difference of it. So what would be better than Warmog versus a Watchers? So the build is exactly about the same, except that we swap the Warmog to the Watchers. I end up selling a Watchers for a Lichbane, by the way, in the very late game, where I get this full set. Yeah. By the way, the QSS is always an optional item. If you don't need it, then you can get a Death Cab instead. Most of the times I end up getting a Death Cab instead of QSS nowadays. And that's a Warmog version, the top one, and bottom one is a Watchers version. I think I've already posted a guide for about the Warmog version before. So here's the Watchers version. What do I recommend? I don't recommend both of them. Yeah, but I want you to try out a Watchers for now, because it's really good. The main reason why it's really good is that they lower the cost of it by 400 gold. It used to be 2,200 gold. They lowered to 1,800. So that's why like you can start proccing it fast, because you can build it fast. If you can build it fast, then you can generate the gold faster in the lane phase. Yep, and there will be some people that will go like, hey, if you finish just this item, the Frost Fang, then you get the wards anyway. Why do you have to finish this item? As a support, as you don't get the CS, then it makes sense. But as a top laner who does get the CSs, who does last hit the minions, you have to have the completed support item in order to get the gold from it. You cannot get the gold with lasting the minions and having a Frost Swing. It does not work that way. Yeah, you have to complete the items. That's why. Well, build order, right? Build order, the Warmog order was Doran Shield Star, and then Doran's Ring, Ninja Tabai, Giant's Belt, and Nashor Suit. That was pretty general build for the Warmog order. And then we finished the Leandry, and then finished the Giant's Belt into Warmog as a third item. Well, in the Watcher's order, it's quite similar. Doran Shield, double Ruby or one Ruby. It's depending on what type of matchup that you're having, or not even a single Ruby. It's really depending on what type of matchup that you have. Even the top one was the same way. If you don't need a Giant's Belt in the lane phase, then you could have skipped it. So double Ruby is pretty much replacing what the Giant's Belt used to provide. 380 HP from the Giant's Belt, and then 300 HP from the double Ruby, 150 HP each. And what double Ruby is gonna do is that as you finish the Frost Fang, you can complete this into the Remnant Watchers. One of the Ruby will go in, so you'll be left over with one more Ruby, and you finish the Nashor Suit and then Leandry. Leandry, you will be using that one Ruby left over to complete the Leandry, and so on. And the build order pretty much goes like this. Well, I guess the front, in this case, the Remnant Watcher goes front. Yeah. And then that's pretty much it. Runes wise, now the runes, you have to tweak one thing, just one thing. That's all. One thing is that we used to go with the Ultimate Hat with the Warmog build. You have to go Mana Flow Band if you wanna do a Watcher's build, unless if you really like to keep the Ultimate Hat, then you have to have a Doran's Ring with that support item. That support item, the Watchers only provides you 50% mana regen, which isn't enough. It's not enough. It doesn't provide as enough as like how Doran's Ring provide. So that's why I just go with the Mana Flow Band. I don't even buy a Doran's Ring anymore. with that item set. Yeah. So that's how I get the mana flow band plus that support item, and that's pretty much enough. Although yes, I do get to lose the ultimate head, which is really good for Teemo. But at the end, the ultimate head only provides you up to like 9% cooldown reduction, which which is about 10%. You could say you can lose it in the late game. If you really bother that stat, then you should just keep the ultimate head and somehow fill up the mana proportion. Yep. That's pretty much it. And we've been doing a plan. So far we are at 400 LP and a challenger. We've been doing a 50 LP each day. It's past 8 days now. Tomorrow we'll get to 450 LP. And my goal is get up to 1000 LP at least. Yeah. I don't know. I could stop it at 1000, or I could just keep it going from the 1002. Yeah. That's it. That's it for the guide.